special theory of relativity that has to do with space and time and how frames of reference and time are kind of like, you know, time is relative to a frame of reference. It's not one's perspective of time or what they think of time. It has to do with their position and their frame of reference relative to something else. Because that time is relative. It's relative to something else, not relative to someone's perspective, relative to something else.
To something else.
Yeah.
Is that like, well, like, is that money, like currency? Would that be one thing? Like,
no, what's money?
I'm just saying, like, because there's all these things like.
What is money?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm trying to relate it to our lives directly. Like, how can we put this together and like put a philosophy to this? Like,
this is more than just philosophy. This is like science and philosophy, like coexisting like together. Like, this is not just some ideas, but this is like time and space, like together. There is what's called frames of reference and a relativeness of time, like with that, like
if you go to,
it's not one's perspective.
I feel like, so like if you go to a nice restaurant somewhere, for instance, just use it as an example, like the people you meet there, the memories you get, like the drugs you consume, maybe the beer you drink, anything. Are you saying like that's a reference of a frame of time, like?
No.
So what is a reference? So what's a reference of a frame of time? Like, explain it to me. Like,
different time zones.
A frame of reference has to do with like.
No, I mean like within the time zones. Let's talk time. Like, come on. Let's talk time.
I'm talking time. I'm talking the whole frame. Continue. What were you saying?
I was just tripping you out, but keep talking.
No, I'm not tripping.
Alright. So like, yeah, there's time zones and stuff, but like.
No, I'm not talking about like time zones around the Earth. I'm talking about like a frame of reference with time. Like, okay, so you've got one frame of reference. Like, someone is in,
like right now,
frame of reference A, and someone is like moving. Like, let's say they're moving like near the speed of light. Like, from frame of reference A, the person who is what they see as moving near the speed of light, time is going to be moving way slower to them in frame of reference B. But that frame of reference B. That person in frame of reference B sees the person in time of reference A as time is moving way slower for them. But who's right? I mean, they both see the other person as time is moving much slower.
Like
but this is not like perspective. Well, it is, but I mean, it's not. But it is at the same time, and that's what's so fucking tricky about it. But it's not like one person's. Okay, you originally said someone can live longer than 1,000 years.
So relate that idea.
Whose 1,000 years?
No.
A person in their own frame of reference cannot live longer than 1,000 years.
I'll clear that.
That is fucking bullshit.
I'll definitely clear that.
Anyone living longer than 130 years, and you even said yourself that you would have to see proof, but like then you said you need to see proof for like to disprove that like someone can't live longer. But like no, that doesn't even make sense. You need proof that someone could not live longer than 1,000 years. That doesn't make sense because what you're saying is that you believe someone could live 1,000 years, but the reason why you believe it is that because no one has disproved it.
So you need actual evidence.
Someone that could live. Okay, so what you're saying is.
No, let me get back to what I said. Let me erase what I said.
That is not a falsifiable statement, actually.
Well, let me say.
Actually, even say that men are immortal is not falsifiable.
No, exactly, dude.
It's not even falsifiable. To even try to say that it could be false or it could be not.
That's just
bullshit in the first place.
Let me clear myself up, dude. All right, so like 1,000 years, like our idea of time, we know what it is. It's like 60 seconds, whatever, 60 seconds in a minute, fucking 60 minutes in an hour. Yeah, good, like all that shit. Like, but I don't think just because the Earth spins and just because like everything is the way it is. Doesn't mean we physically get older. Like, especially if our appearance is always changing, dude. Like, in the Western world, we're always fucking with our appearances and who we are, and we stay the same forever. It is true, dude. And, like, most people who are real, like the chillers, they, like, know how to keep it low-key, dude. Like, they're not in the system, dude. That's how it works. Like, when you're in the system, you get fucked. And that's how it works. Like, I'm not understanding what you're trying to tell me.
I'm not understanding what you're trying to
say.
What system?
So, like, the system is the system we live in right now that, like, we work our lives through. Because, like, we need water, we need fun, we need fucking, I guess we need laws to protect us, which I disagree with. But, like,
We need a roof and meal.
We need roofs. We need meals. But like,
Okay.
how are you
Who doesn't
gonna
need
how
that?
are you gonna apply this science to like us as Homo sapiens, dude? Like, I don't get how you can prove that someone can't live for 1,000 years. And maybe one day I'll prove to you that I'll
Like
live
I just
forever.
said, it's not a falsifiable statement.
Yeah.
Like you
No, I'm
cannot
throwing
say
ideas out
that
there.
it is
I'm
false.
throwing ideas
Like,
out there.
it's a loaded question, basically. It's like saying, okay, prove that all men are immortal. You can't prove that because there could be one counter case to that, and you would never be able to even fucking prove that because like there could be one guy fucking somewhere you don't even fucking know about. But you could prove that it is false that all men are immortal because all it takes is one guy to die, and someone already did. So yeah, it is false that all men are immortal. But to say that all men are mortal is not falsifiable. You can't disprove that.
So
So to try to tell me that
I think we're like talking
so
along the same
one
lines. I'm
dude
just tripping out hella hard right now.
cannot
Super hard.
live 1,000 years. It's like, well, okay, or whatever you said. He could live 1,000 years. Okay, maybe he could. Practically, he can't because there is no science to prove it.
Well, like there's also like the medical field. Look at the medical field, not science, but like look at the medical field, like Western medicine.
Wait, Eastern medicine or
No, not Eastern.
Western
Like this
medicine?
big-
Western medicine
is
is
better than Eastern medicine.
no. Listen
It
to me.
is.
Listen to me,
Western-
fool.
I
You
am
don't-
listening.
No, stop cutting me off.
Learn all
Though.
kinds of
Look,
shit.
Western
This
medicine.
motherfucker
Right?
gets me on
Every
YouTube.
pharmaceutical you buy, every single pharmaceutical you buy, they try to make it. They either have a base or they try and make it from something that's like a chemical, dude. So
I
like,
like this shit.
I don't get where I was going there.
I don't get where you're going with it either.
But no, check this about being immortal. I personally.
No, wait, go back.
I'm fucking tripping right now. I'm just like super.
Okay.
Bad. But like,
Is there a point to our conversation? then,
yeah,
if
I
you're
want to
tripping?
make a point, but I forgot. Like,
Come on, baby. How
Are we just talking or do you
how
have
you
a
gonna
point?
have a conversation?
no, dude.